Oh, hello. Today is Remembrance Day, or Veterans Day in the United States, and Remembrance Day marked the end of the Great War, World War I, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. World War I officially ended. Now, I want to bring this up today because how we teach Veterans Day or Remembrance Day has a huge significance. So, how do we teach the history of this day? In Europe, World War One is signified by poppies, and the poppies come from a poem um, about how poppies grew in between the crosses after the war. And so people throughout Europe and other places wear poppies up to this day, and then they leave their poppies in the gravestone. And that is just supposed to signify remembering not only just the soldiers, but remembering how brutal World War One is. And I personally have, really conflicts in teaching about World War One and Veterans Day. Do we teach it on the one hand that, there's these super fun activities and we need to teach American exceptionalism and all the great things that America has done, which is easy to do. It's easy to talk about the positive things. Or should we be responsible and teach something like maybe Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States, which teaches the not so flattering aspects of history? Um, it wasn't until 1954 when Eisenhower signed into effect a Veterans Day Declaration in 1954, making it not Remembrance Day but Veterans Day. And I think it's kind of interesting that during the Cold War, when that was signed, books like Johnny Got His Gun, written by Dalton Trumbo, were banned from a lot of reading places and maybe banned from public education because it showed an unflattering view of war. Metallica ended up doing a cover. The song "One" came from Johnny Got His Gun. And so I guess I just want to pose the question is how should we teach history? Because history in every country really is taught to magnify that country. Children learn to believe that their own country is always in the right and almost always victorious. It produces the greatest men and has all the respects and is superior to all other countries. And since these beliefs are flattering, they're easily absorbed and they hardly ever get dislodged from later grown up knowledge. And I think nations wish to promote national pride. It's You can look at history. It's a conscious that cannot be done by unbiased history. And kids, the vulnerable kids, are taught by distortions and suppressions and suggestions and sometimes false ideas of the world, which are taught in various countries of all kind. And it really encourages strife and serves to keep this bigoted nationalism. And if we really want a good education system in countries, one of the first steps ought to be to, I think, submit history to an international commission in which they could produce neutral textbooks free from patriotic bias, which is now demanded everywhere. And again, it's not just the U.S. It's over time. So I think that's something to consider. As far as I'm considered, I just wanted to learn something in the afternoon, so I learned how to crochet my own little poppies, which I gave to my husband and a colleague. So if you want me to crochet you a poppy, probably for next year, that's kind of fun to do. And for me, Remembrance Day is not necessarily just about war. It's about taking time to remember those that we've lost. And this, might be kind of a nuisance side rant, but we just had Halloween, and it seems to me that Halloween should be a time of remembrance too. That we have this fall that's coming around and the leaves fall to the ground and they die, but they just come back in the spring. And I think to be really soulful about this, and to really be mindful, and to think about people that we've lost, uh, people who've sacrificed, again, not just soldiers, but spouses and families and children who sacrifice for wars, and that sacrifice comes at all kinds of different costs. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to mention that, and I hope that some of this makes sense, at least partially. Um, because I think we need to think about what we teach historically, Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, and as always, thanks for watching. Contact me if you have any questions, or if you want me to just crochet you a little flower. Hope your day's going well, and see you soon.